Hi folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. So it would appear that the career of the great Oleksandr Usyk has entered into its very final stages. In an interview that Usyk gave to Sky Sports in the UK, he said, "I will fight who will win. Joseph Parker, Daniel Dubois, no problem. I feel great. Myself, I feel I have 2 fights to prepare for. Not more, just 2. So, this isn't entirely unexpected news. I think a number of us were thinking, maybe hoping, that after his second fight against Tyson Fury, that Oleksandr would have retired having absolutely nothing to prove. Undisputed cruiserweight, undisputed heavyweight. His last 10 fights or so reads like a who's who of the 2 divisions. Michael Hunter, Hook, Breedis, Gassiev, Bellew, Chaz Witherspoon, which of course was his introduction to the heavyweight division, which he actually only fought at like 215. Then he goes on and fights Chisora, Joshua, Dubois, Fury, all wins. This is what you call a resume. If we're talking about people who are first ballot Hall of Fame, who have a claim to be able to say that they are generational greats, who have a claim to be able to say they are, one of the best fighters of the last 25 years. This is the kind of resume you ought to have. Anyhow, I was wondering, and for those who, I think everybody is aware, but for those of you who are not aware, after he won the undisputed heavyweight championship, he was forced to relinquish the IBF belt because he chose to fight Tyson Fury rather than his mandatory, which was Daniel Dubois, a guy he'd just beaten, and in fact a guy he'd stopped. So Daniel Dubois gets the IBF belt. He wasn't stripped, he vacated it, and in fact he presented it like a gift to Dubois and AJ, so that Dubois and AJ were fighting for the IBF title. The way it rolled out was it was awarded by a sort of email title to Daniel Dubois, and then Dubois cemented his place as IBF champion by his very comprehensive beating of Anthony Joshua in Wembley Arena. So this is where we are. Dubois, of course, is the IBF holder, and Oleksandr Usyk holds the rest. Though in the minds of many, particularly fans like me, Usyk is still the undisputed. I mean, I know there's strong room for disagreement amongst people who are Dubois fans, and we can talk about that either in the comment section or in another video, whatever. But I was wondering, how, if at all, will this play on the minds of each of Dubois and Parker for their upcoming fight, which is scheduled for next Saturday, February the 22nd, in the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I've just done a video with my final prediction for that fight, which is uploading, I think, tomorrow. I don't plan on going back and redoing it, and since I don't know how to edit, I'm just going to leave it as it is. But I was wondering, will this play on the minds of the 2 fighters? Because it's clear now that the path to an undisputed title has been laid out. Usyk has said, "I will fight who will win. Joseph Parker, Daniel Dubois, no problem." So we know that Dubois very much wants to fight Usyk. In fact, he had that really cringe-worthy moment where he charged into the ring just after Usyk had beaten Fury, and in my view, inappropriately started getting in Usyk's face and saying, I want revenge, as though somehow he had been treated badly or robbed in the comprehensive defeat that Usyk laid upon him when they had their fight in Poland. In my view, Usyk won every minute of every round except for the round where there was a low blow. Now this is where the argument is. A lot of people say it wasn't a low blow. And clearly, Dubois either believes that or is pretending to believe that it was a legit blow. He probably really does think it was a legit blow. He probably actually does think that he was screwed. But whether he thought that or not, when Usyk was given an opportunity to recover and Usyk gets up, I didn't see Dubois charging over like Jack Dempsey. I saw Dubois actually showing kind of a lack of heart. And in every round that followed that, in my view, low blow, Dubois continued to lose every minute of every round until Usyk stopped him with a jab. So that's my view. I know that there are people who will disagree with this view, and that's fine. We can look at exactly the same information and come to a different conclusion. But how does this play in Dubois' head? Does he now think, yeah, I don't even have to ask anymore. I've got this. I just got to destroy Parker. He's easy. I want Usyk. Or does it sort of kind of mess with his head in a different way? Does he now start to, analyze it too much? I don't think that Dubois is a particularly analytical thinker, but it's interesting to me. How does it affect Parker? Does Parker think, ooh, I was just pretty much excited about beating Dubois and becoming a 2-time belt holder. Now I've got an opportunity, if I win, to fight for all the marbles, a fight against Usyk. I don't know. Now clearly both fighters, I think Parker's already in Riyadh, and both fighters are winding down their camps. They've got their strategy set, but is this little clarity that's been provided by Usyk going to have some sort of, effect on their way of thinking? We don't know. It might. I would think maybe not, but who knows, right? Now the other question is, who would Usyk fight as the second fight? You would think that regardless of who wins, Dubois or Parker, they fight Usyk. Well, supposing they beat Usyk, it seems inconceivable that Usyk would say, oh, okay, you beat me, I'll now go and fight somebody else. You would think that Usyk would say, come on now, hey, give me a chance to get them all back. I can then be a 2-time undisputed heavyweight champion in a 4-belt era, never been done. Never been done in a 3-belt era either. I think Evander Holyfield came close, but he didn't do it. So that would be amazing. I actually hope he, of course, it never comes up. I hope he beats whoever he fights. I'm a Oleksandr Usyk fan. Would he beat Dubois? Dubois has got a lot more confidence now and a lot more, one would think, a lot more skills that he's grafted onto himself, and he's mature and a lot more experience. You would think that he would give Usyk a much harder fight than he did in their first fight. And of course, let's not forget, there's miles on Usyk's clock. He's 38. By the time they fight, he could even be 39. Probably would fight this year, but certainly a second fight, he would be 39, I would think. So, I would say that Dubois would have a better chance than he had first time round, but I would still, of course, pick Usyk to beat Dubois. Parker's a different kettle of fish. Parker's an awkward, difficult fighter. I would still favour Usyk, but I would think that Parker would bring a different set of challenges. So let's say that Usyk beats, whether it's Dubois or Parker. Who does he fight? Does he give them a rematch? Or does he look somewhere else? Does he look, for example, to Zhang Kabayel winner? Does he look at someone like Bakoli. Does he want a third fight with either of Joshua or Fury? I don't think either deserve a third fight, to be honest, but I suppose it would be a massively profitable fight. Or does he do something really sort of out of the box? Does he say, hey, bring me a young up-and-comer? Does he give somebody who wouldn't normally get a chance? Does he give Moses Utama a chance? I don't know. It's interesting. I am absolutely hopeful that Oleksandr Usyk, if he has 2 more fights, that he wins both of them and that he retires as an unbeaten champion. He's, in my view, the absolute best of his generation. Probably will be an all-time great cruiserweight. Possibly not heavyweight, simply because he hasn't been a heavyweight for long enough and had fought enough people. Though he's beaten everybody that's put in front of him, it seems that he has to beat them twice before, particularly British fans seem to accept it. Anyways, let me know what your thinking is. Please comment in the comment section below and let's have a discussion about this. And for Usyk fans, it's a little bit bittersweet. I just wish he was younger and he had more fights in him. But on the other hand, I absolutely wouldn't want to see him go on past the next 2. In fact, I would have been happiest had he retired. Anyways, there we go. Please hit like. Please share the video if you have friends who are boxing fans and haven't seen these videos. Please subscribe, and most importantly, have a fabulous day. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.